pretty sure I have been. You invited me for this interview because I'm a woman. There you go. That's a nice example. I've been pretty lucky in that I did my PhD at the Sir Peter Mansfield Magnetic Resonance Centre. It was always balanced. So we had like our own group was mixed, and then we had people to look up to that were also both male and female. So we had example figures of also women that were very successful and occasionally brought their kids to school. The gender balance becomes more male dominated as you go up in the age groups and also as you go up in the picking order. So for PhD students, the balance is actually very close to 50-50. And then as you go to postdocs and junior professorships and then PIs and professors, that gender balance goes more and more male dominated. And there's this graph from the Rathenau Institute, which shows that there's two things. It's both as you go up in scales and as you go up in age. Some of it will probably simply be a matter of time. In 20 years, a lot of the people that are now in their 50s and 60s will have retired, and my age group will be the oldies. And then things will be more balanced, but it's something that we might have to be quite patient about. And it's happening, but it's happening quite slowly. Also, people are professor for a long time. It's not, you cannot change a gender balance in a profession like that in 5 years. It's something that we have to be attentive to. I learned from the first year of my PhD that it was possible to have a family and be a professor. And then I went to work at EPFL, the CIBM, and there the university was much more male dominated, but my lab, the LiveMed, that was very balanced. I had a professor who was a man, but he was very careful in that he hired a lot of women, and he was also not afraid of hiring women in their early 30s. So there were always lots of babies. So here people ask me sometimes, how much do you work? But abroad or at international conferences, nobody asks me this. It's just not a thing. You work, then you work. It's like there's no subdivision. So you don't get credits for having, I don't know, published this many papers while only working half time, or gotten this many grants while you only work 3 days a week. No, it's this many years past your PhD, and that's how you're judged. How you spend that time, whether you work all of it or only part of it, is just not important. So in my Swiss postdoc period, I knew I was a foreigner, and then I knew a lot of foreigners that were also all working, and so it was sort of easy to keep working. I had a baby, I went on maternity leave, and I came back with quite a lot of encouragement from my husband, I should say. He deserves a bit of credit for that. To me, it was very important that the network around you maybe not so much encourages you, but expects you to go back to work. If the standard is that you go back to where you were and you pick up your 5 days of working again, you're quite likely to do that, whether there's daycare, like whether it's well organized or not, I think.